Hello. Are we all up and running? Yes, we are. And am I any louder than I was yesterday? Or quieter, rather. It was a bit too loud yesterday. Let me just have a quick look at my audio mix. Okay, how's that? Better. Okay. Hello and welcome back to Elsilon. I am She and you join me today for the first instalment of Euro Truck Tuesday. Now, before we begin, there are a couple of announcements that I want to make. First of all, I'm getting a PC. Yes, exciting news. I realised after the last few streams that have been quite poor graphical quality, shall we say. I really need to upgrade to a better PC. I was going to wait until the end of the month. I mentioned in yesterday's stream. Obviously, it's November, and on the 25th of November is Black Friday. So I was going to wait until then to upgrade to a better PC. I've been wanting to do it for a while. And, I was just thinking, no, I really can't afford to wait that long. Because obviously I'm going to be streaming all the time up until that point. And I don't want to subject you guys to the subpar video quality that you've seen on my streams so far. I promise in future the streams will be much better quality. I've bought a PC. It's not top of the range, I'll be honest, but it's a fairly mid-range PC, 32 gig RAM, 4 gig graphics card, 2 terabytes storage, so I can get plenty of games on it. And that should be arriving either tomorrow or Thursday. I'm hoping tomorrow, although to be fair, we're only playing Slenderman Shadow tomorrow. It's not a particularly graphically demanding game. But Thursday we are doing Subnautica, so I sincerely hope that it's here by then, because Subnautica is a little bit more demanding. Okay, anyway, that's all in the future. That's all still to come. Right now, we are playing Euro Truck Simulator. So, I'll just switch over to Game View. There we are. Okay, all good. And as you can see, we got the game up and running. One sec. There we go. So, the thing about Euro Truck is, I already have a save game in Euro Truck, and it's been running for quite a while. I've had this game for years, so I am quite far along. However, the save game that I normally play on has quite a lot of mods, and it's choppy at the best of times, even without trying to stream at the same time. So there's absolutely no chance that I'll be able to stream that today. What I'm going to do is, because I didn't want to cancel Euro Truck Tuesday completely, not on the first episode, what I'm going to do is next week, hopefully the PC will be here by then, next week I will play my existing save game and I'll continue where I left off on my own save game. But just for this week, because we are being forced to play on a lower end PC and because the stream quality is not going to be ideal, we're going to start a brand new game just for this week and see how far we can get. Okay, so I've got everything all set up and ready to go. I have already come into the game earlier this morning and programmed all the buttons on the side panel. The steering wheel is all up and running. I've done a quick test drive. It all works. So let's get right into it. This is the point where it's going to make me input all of the controls again, isn't it? Okay, steering wheel, real automatic, joy axis, yep, that's the one. Joy Y, that's the accelerate. Brake pedal, yep. Look up down axis, I'm going to make that joy Z. And look left right axis, joy Y. Okay, good. Now, if it's going to make me reassign all the buttons on the side panel again as well, I won't be very happy. It seems like that is how it's going to go. Okay, finish wizard. Can you hear the game audio, by the way? Let me just check that. Yes, you can. Good. So obviously for the last few streams, I'm very new to streaming, as you can tell. It's been a bit of a struggle to try and find the right balance audio-wise. I've tried different audio settings every day so far and still haven't quite found one that's going to work perfectly, but... Oh, why is... That's weird that Southampton is already highlighted. Okay. Yeah, I've been fiddling around with the audio settings every day. Hopefully this today's audio is a bit better balanced than yesterday's, because yesterday's was too echoey, and then the day before when I played Portal it was too quiet. As I say, I'm still very new to this. We'll get there. I suppose we'll start in Southampton because for some reason it really seems to want us to start in Southampton. That was... I promise you, I have not selected Southampton by default. It just seems to have put me there. So, sure, we'll go for it. Nope, I don't want to walk through the tutorial. I'm very, very familiar with Euro Truck Simulator. Okay. So as I say, we're going to play for about 2 hours, as per usual, and we're going to get as far as we can in this save game, but next week I will be continuing with my other save game. It's a lot better than this one, because I've got plenty of mods. I've got Pro Mods, which adds in lots of stuff. I've got the Middle East expansion for Pro Mods, that adds in all your Middle Eastern countries. I've got the Great Steppe, which adds in Kazakhstan. I've got North Africa, which adds in parts of Egypt. I've got quite a lot of mods. Iceland, Ireland, lots and lots and lots of mods. And like I say, they run somewhat well on my PC, but definitely not well enough to be streamed at the same time. And so next week, hopefully, I'll have my new rig, and we'll be able to carry on where we left off, and you'll get to see all the glorious mods that I normally play with. Okay, before we do anything, I'm gonna check in the settings that all the controls are bound this way that I bound them this morning. They aren't. Wait. Maybe they are. I think it might have saved the keybinds, but it didn't save the wheel settings for some reason, which is a bit bizarre. Let's just check. Yeah. So everything else has been saved by the looks of it. Good. Yep. Okay, and again, same as with Farming Sim, I have never played this game with a steering wheel before. I have no idea how well it's going to go. I think the best thing to do is just get straight on with it, and yeah. How well this stream's going to run, I can't make any promises. We'll find out. Off we go. Okay, and immediately I've gone the wrong way. How do we get out of here? Right. Back it up. Whoa, 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 whoa. And... yeah, my pedals are not stuck down very well. Back it up. Right. If you're gonna spawn trailers right in front of me, then this is not gonna be a good time. Okay, oh my god. I'm a better driver than this, I promise. It just takes some getting the hang of, and it doesn't help that I immediately went the wrong way and had to try and back it up. Okay, we are on the road again. That's the name of the stream. Oh dear. And again, quite how well this is going to go, I can't say. I guess we'll find out. I'm looking at... oh dear. I shouldn't be on my phone whilst driving, but I am looking at the stream just to make sure... oh god. Just to check the video quality, and it seems to be running reasonably well, which is surprising. Okay, yeah, I think it's probably best if I just get on with it and stop staring at my phone. Oh! Again, I'm new to playing this game with the steering wheel. I have no idea. Sorry, I keep coughing again. Come on, man. This is unfair. I'm completely new to playing this game with a steering wheel. I'm not used to the sensitivity because it's different from Farming Sim. I'm not used to the camera. I have tried to program the controls to be as similar to Farming Sim as possible. One slight difference that you might notice as I play is that I've linked the indicators to my left and right triggers on the wheel, so I don't have to reach over to the side panel every time I need to indicate. Okay, back it up. No, I guess we're leaving the trailer there. No, it was supposed to be this button. Okay, we're gonna skip, no, actually, well, we'll go for this delivery option. For those of you who've never played Euro Truck, there's normally 3 delivery options. You can either park it perfectly where they want it, which usually involves reversing in, it's very difficult, very technical manoeuvres, or there's this option that I've taken where you just have to drive in and park it up somewhat neatly. And there's option 3, if you're in a rush, you can choose to skip the parking stage, which is great if you're in a rush. Just bumped my mic a little bit there. It's great when you're in a rush, but it does not give you any extra XP. So, we got a little bit of oh my god, it's going to have to be perfect, isn't it? We're going to get a little bit of XP from parking it this way. We would have gotten more XP if we'd parked it more precisely. But judging by the quality of this parking, I don't think that's even possible. I swear, I promise, I'm a better driver than this. I mean, I don't know if I'm a better driver than this, to be honest, because I've never actually driven in real life. I'm just not used to playing Euro Truck with a wheel. It's a very different experience. Okay. First delivery ever. We did it. Where shall we go now? Let's explore a bit. We can't actually explore because we don't have a truck yet. Strong Hoos says impressive setup. Thank you very much, Strong Hoos, for the comment. Well, what are we doing here? It's kind of hard to see my keyboard as well because the mic's in the way. Ordinarily, I would have my mic, the arm down here, but that's not great for using the steering wheel. I need to have space above the wheel, you know, because I'm moving my arms about a lot. But it does mean that the mic's a little bit more in the way. It's a little bit difficult to see the screen, and also very dangerously close to just knocking this cable about. But I think we'll manage. So, we can't do free roam at the minute because we don't own a truck. The only option we have is quick jobs. So we'll see what we've got there. Starting from Southampton, obviously. Shall we go London? Calais? I think we'll go Calais just because I'm desperate to get away from the UK as quickly as possible. We'll take that job. And we're taking a fuel tank, or fuel tanks it says. Multiple fuel tanks. From Southampton to Calais. Let's do it. Also, it's weird because obviously I'm driving a UK truck. The steering column is on the right hand side, the gearbox is on the left hand side, but my side panel is on the right hand side, which is, well, it's a little bit confusing to say the least. I can't really move my side panel to the right hand side because there's nothing to clamp it on. On the left hand side I've got a nice little table. It's not very sturdy, but I've got at least something to clamp it onto. There's nothing on this side to clamp the side panel on, so unfortunately it's got to stay on the side that it's at for the time being. Okay, let's try and do a bit of a better job of it this time. I keep forgetting that I'm in the UK as well, because like I say, I play this game quite a lot, but I spend most of my time like in mainland Europe. I don't really come to the UK very often, and so I get used to driving on the right hand side, and as soon as you get on that ferry from Calais to Dover, you completely forget which side of the road you're supposed to be driving on. Also, I don't care about speeding tickets. I'm going to make that clear right from the outset. I don't care about speeding tickets. I will happily speed. Sorry if you wanted a nice law-abiding, speed limit obeying driver, but that's not me. That's not me, I'm sorry. Although I can't help feeling that maybe it would reduce the risk of me having an accident if I, you know, maybe obeyed the speed limit. That's kind of what they're there for. But that's no fun, you know? If I were to drive at the speed limit the entire time, it would just take me forever. It'd be boring. This is more exciting. Taking corners at 30 miles an hour. Exciting, right? Are you excited? Sorry. Let me know if you're excited in the chat, please. Okay. We're on the motorway. Now we have an excuse to drive as fast as we like. We can do the national speed limit, which is 60. Although, the truck does go up to 90, which is... I don't know how realistic that is. Do trucks actually go that fast? I don't know. Maybe they do. Anyway, we are... Oh, no. This is another difference between Euro Truck and Farming Sim, right? Because in Farming Sim, there are two camera modes. There's the interior view and there's the exterior view. In Euro Truck, there's this view. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 different camera views, and you can't just like toggle between, like you can't go back, you have to cycle all the way through every single camera mode. So I have to try not to switch camera modes, or it'll be difficult. Okay. I think I'm getting a hang of it now. I noticed that the steering wheel has a bit of a dead zone. Can you see that? Like, I'm turning the wheel, but the wheel in game isn't turning. There's a definite dead zone there, and I prefer to have no dead zone. On Farming Sim, I've got the dead zone set to 0. because I like my steering wheel to be nice and responsive, especially when you're doing like quite gentle corners. I find that, like, look at this. This is the road that I'm on now has a very gentle corner, and I'm turning the wheel very gently, but the actual in-game wheel doesn't start turning until a certain point, which I don't like that. It makes it hard because you have to sort of oversteer with the wheel to get the correct amount of turning in-game. After this job, or when I get to Dover and we get on the ferry, I might just nip into the settings and see what we can do to remedy that. Also, normally whilst I'm streaming, I check in on the stream on my phone, like fanatically, because during my first stream there was a bit of a technical issue that I'm not keen to repeat. But when I'm driving, like, I can't go for my phone. I can't go for my phone or I'm gonna lose control. Okay. Oh my god. Or I'll just lose control anyway because I'm an idiot. Again, sorry to keep comparing it to Farming Sim. I know that I've done that. I keep saying, oh, Farming Sim, Farming Sim, Farming Sim. But I had this same problem with Farming Sim where you use the stick. There's a stick on the wheel that you can use to look around, and that's great, but when you turn the wheel, like, the position of the stick, it's really hard in my mind to comprehend, like, especially if I turn the wheel like 90 degrees to the left, for example, and then I'm trying to look around. It's really disorienting, and I end up looking in completely the wrong direction. It's very hard to drive and turn the camera at the same time. Unfortunately, that's something that I don't think is easily remedied with current technology. Unless I keep one hand on my mouse at all times to look around, but you're supposed to keep both hands on the wheel. You know, I know that because I'm an expert driver. But yeah, it's just a little bit of a little bit of an annoyance. If I can get my words out. I'm driving a DAF truck. I thought. Oh. I've stopped it. No, I've done it again. See, I've done it again. Shut up, police. I'm not paying that. I mean, I will pay it, but the thing with fines in this game as well is you can get fines for running red lights, you can get fines for speeding, and you can get bills for colliding with other vehicles. And I believe there's also one for improper light usage, like if you don't have your lights on when driving at night. You can get fines for all of those things. The thing is, the fines are very small. The fines are like a couple of hundred euros. Oh my god, I've got my in-game currency set to euros instead of pounds. I normally have it set to pounds. But yeah, the fines are normally like 234. They're a really specific number, but they're normally like around 200, 300 euros. Which, when you're getting like, for the very lowest paid jobs, you can still get £1,000. Like, that fine is not much. And when you get further into the game and you're driving like a tanker of really flammable liquid from Aberdeen all the way to Craiova in Romania, you're getting like £100,000 for that job. So you know, a couple of speeding tickets, they really don't make a difference in the long run. Of course, I'm not condoning speeding in real life. Please don't do that. Don't drive on the hard shoulder either, like I'm doing there. I don't condone speeding in real life. I do condone speeding in Euro Truck. Please, drive as fast as you like. Unless you're on like an RP server, because they get a bit persnickety about that. I know from experience. I've played a bit of Truckers MP, I think is the big multiplayer on this game. Okay, we're off the motorway. That ended quite abruptly. Or am I just an idiot? I think that means we are approaching Dover. We are. Good. struggle to get the map at the right zoom level. It's got to be at the zoom level that I like it. Okay. We are 2 hours and 2 minutes away from our destination, apparently. That's in-game time, obviously. Interesting fact about Euro Truck, if you've never played it before, the in-game time scale is not actually fixed. It adjusts depending on where you're driving. So I believe if you're driving on a motorway or like major roads, the clock actually moves faster, the in-game time moves faster. And then when you're driving on like long winding country roads, the in-game clock moves slower. Which is a really interesting way of doing it. You don't notice it, like you don't look at the in-game clock and think, oh wow, it's going really fast. But like the time scale does adjust ever so slightly depending on what kind of road you're on, which I think is pretty cool. Anyway, as I was saying, we've now got an hour and 46, it says, left of the job. That's the figure for when we're going to arrive. Under the panel, this panel here, you can see where it says remains, and that says 7 hours 25. So we've got 7 hours to complete the delivery, but our expected arrival time is 2 hours, basically. And yeah, as soon as I'm on that ferry, I'm going to turn down the dead zone, because this is... I'm turning the wheel, and it's not turning the wheel in game. I don't like that. I know, you know, having dead zones is useful in certain scenarios, and I know some people do prefer to have their dead zone set, you know, and be able to set that for themselves. I just don't like having a dead zone. I just prefer, you know, if I turn the wheel in real life, the in-game wheel should respond immediately. We're not even getting a ferry, we're getting the channel tunnel. But yeah, so I'm gonna quickly do that, quickly adjust the dead zone. And now is a good time for me to check that the stream's still all up and running. It is, good. Okay. Options. Controls. Input wizard. Controllers. Steering wheel. Real automatic. Right. Dead zone. Ah. Well, that's great. The dead zone is actually as low as it can go. Fantastic. So, unfortunately, we're just going to have to live with that. Yep, cancel that. The dead zone will not go any lower. We're going to have to just try and live with the fact that it's a little bit higher than I would like it. Okay, we're going to pay 300 euros to get the train to Calais. Oh, excuse me. Okie dokie. Right. Sorry, I don't have much to say in these parts. Right, we're in Calais. Next up is to head to Stokes. Is Stokes the name of the business, or is Stokes the name of the place? Because I don't feel like Stokes doesn't really sound like a French place. It is in Calais. Okay, just wanted to clarify that. Get the zoom level adjusted again. There we go. Don't do that. Start the engine. Oh, the engine was already running. Start it back up. And we'll go out to the left. Now remember, we are no longer in the UK, we're on the continent, we have to drive on the right hand side now. I'm just reminding myself of that fact because I'll forget if I don't. Incidentally, I do usually have my trucks. I do usually get UK trucks, so I do normally drive with the steering column on the right-hand side, which obviously is a bit weird because, you know, driving a right-hand drive vehicle on the right-hand side of the road. But I'm used to driving like that at this point, so that's just the way that I play the game now. Yeah, when you get on... Sorry, I'm so sorry. When I get onto my existing save game next week, you'll see that all the trucks I own are right-hand drive. And like I say, I've just gotten used to driving right-hand drive vehicles on the right-hand side of the road, which is weird because technically it's safer to drive with, you know, with... I'm trying to get the words out, it's not going well. It's easier to it's safer to drive a right-hand drive vehicle on the left-hand side of the road because of the centre line. Like, the driver themselves needs to be positioned. The driver themselves needs to be positioned as close to the centre line as possible, which is why in countries with left-hand drive, they drive on the right-hand side of the road. In countries with right-hand drive, drive on the left-hand side of the road. But again, as I say, I'm just used to driving right-hand drive vehicles on the right-hand side of the road at this point, because that's how I do it in Euro Truck. And it gets to the point where I'm better at driving like this. Hopefully, as you can see, my driving's slightly improved now compared to how it was in the UK. I'm a bit better at staying in the lines. I'm just more used to driving like this on this side of the road, but with right-hand drive steering column. Anyway, ran over. I've got another fine. See, $100. 100 euros, sorry. 100 euros is not a big fine. I mean, in real life, you know, I wouldn't like to receive a $100 fine. 100 euro fine, I'll get there. In real life, I would not speed, and I would not receive a 100 euro fine for speeding, but in this game, it's 100 euros. It's nothing. It's worthless. It's pennies, right? It's absolute pennies. Okay. There we go. Ooh, bit of lag there. My pedals keep moving, which is concerning because, again, I'm going to mention Farming Sim again. When I played Farming Sim the other day, they did not do that. There are pads on the bottom of the pedals. They're not sticky, but they're like grippy. And they're supposed to stop the pedals from sliding about on the desk, on the bottom of the desk. And that worked the other day. But for some reason it's not working now. They keep bouncing around and sliding about, which is not great. Okay, driving alongside other trucks is not something I enjoy doing. It's a much easier target to hit. When you're driving alongside a car or a van, it's not so bad, but when you're driving alongside another truck, it's like it's just waiting for you to accidentally stray a little bit too far to the side and just smash into it. Okay, right here. I believe our destination is coming up very soon. Calais discovered. Look at that. Whoa, dear. Right, now this is interesting. I already have that achievement. It's weird because the way Euro Truck works is there are in-game profiles, and obviously I've got two in-game profiles. I've got this one that I created for the stream, and I've got my existing in-game profile, which I'll be playing next week. Did I hit that car? No. Okay. Oh, I hit that curb. So yeah, there's the in-game profile. It's not this one, it's the next one. There's two. I've got two in-game profiles, but they're both linked to the same Steam account, right? Surely. But then I've got that achievement, which I've already got on Steam, but it's telling me that I've just unlocked it. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, we're here. We've completed our second delivery. And we'll do the same again. We'll play it safe. I'm not going to put in the effort to park it up exactly where it wants to be. We'll just play it safe. We still get a bit of XP out of it. But we don't have to be so expert in our parking. Okay. Easy does it. Easy does it. Waiting for it to go green. Still not gone green. It's gone green. There we go. Detach the trailer. And we're done! Second job down. Okay, we are now at level 1. We've got 288 XP out of 700. That's our first level up, which means we can unlock something. Now, again, if you've never played Euro Truck before, when you get to a certain level, well, each time you level up, you get to put a point in one of your skills. I think there's 25, no, there's 30 total, so once you get to level 30, that's it, you've maxed it out. But you can unlock all these different skills and they give you different levels of stuff. So for example, eco driving down here at the bottom, each level I add will reduce my fuel consumption. So once I get eco driving to max, you know, I'm going to save 35% on fuel costs. Just in time delivery, this unlocks deliveries that have a more restrictive delivery time. So as you saw with the delivery that I've just done, it took me about 3 hours to get from Southampton to Calais, but the job was like 9 hours, so I had quite a lot of time left over. When you level up just in time, it unlocks jobs that are much tighter deadlines. So for example, if a delivery is from if like the journey time is 5 hours, the delivery might be due in 5 hours and 30 minutes, so you've really got to rush. But you do get more money for it, so that's how the just-in-time delivery works. Fragile cargo, pretty self-explanatory. The higher the level for this, the more XP you'll get for... is it the more XP or the more money? Either way, you get more highly rewarded for carrying fragile cargo. Same applies for high value cargo. Long distance, so at the minute we can only do deliveries up to about 200 miles, I think. When you level this up, you can deliver further and further, and once you get to rank 6, you can basically deliver between any two cities on the map. And there are some really insane, like 90-hour drives delivering stuff from way up in the northeast in like Estonia all the way down to the southwest in Portugal. There's a lot of that going on. So that's long distance, and last but not least there's ADR. ADR is my favourite one, and ADR is the one that we're going to upgrade first. Basically ADR is... I'm not sure what it stands for, but it's carrying hazardous materials. You get a lot of money for transporting hazardous materials, so if I upgrade this to class 1 now, we'll be able to transport explosives. Level 2 we can transport gases, level 3 is flammable gases, level 4 is flammable solids, level 6 is... oh, level 5 is class 6. Which is toxic and infectious substances, and level 6, which is class 8. These correspond to like real life ADR classes, by the way. And the maximum level is corrosive substances. So once we get this to level to maximum level, we can deliver tankers full of sulfuric acid, and that kind of cargo is very, very high pay. So yeah, my personal recommendation is, you know, depends on your playstyle, depends what you want to get out of the game. But my personal recommendation is to start by upgrading the ADR. Then you can get some high-paying, short-distance jobs, and then you can move on to long-distance next, I'd say, and then your different cargo types. I would personally save eco-driving for last. It's nice to have a bit of a reduced price on your fuel consumption, but I don't think it's really as important as these other ones. But anyway, we're going to unlock ADR. We can now transport dynamite, fireworks, and ammunition, which is very exciting stuff. So, let's head to job market again, and see what's on offer. Okay, we're in Calais. There's a job to Felixstowe, but I'm not keen on going back to the UK. I've only just got out of there. Come on, show me. There we go. So my mouse, my left mouse button at the minute is being a bit weird. I have to proper mash it down to get it to work. I think it's just time for a new mouse, to be honest. Anyway, jobs from Calais. All of these are to London. All of these are to Britain. Yep. Oh, there's one to Paris. Okay, we could do Paris. Or we could do Brussels. Paris or Brussels. I'm gonna go Paris because it's a higher paying job. This is the highest paying job available at the minute that isn't to the UK. So we're gonna take that, and it's harvesting bins. Whatever they are, guess we'll find out. Take job. There we go. Okay, I'm just checking up on the stream quality while it's loading. Seems like we're doing alright. I'm honestly impressed by how well my PC's handling streaming this game, because I guess it's just not as graphically demanding of a game as I thought it was. Which is good, I'm not complaining, but like, if this is how well it runs today, imagine how well it's going to run next week when I've got my new setup, a new PC. Quite looking forward to that now. As I say, the new PC is... I'll talk more about that. Let me just get out of here first. So, if you've... Sorry for coughing into the mic. If you've watched any of my other streams thus far, you will have heard me mention that my current PC is actually a laptop. And it's not even a gaming laptop, it's a Lenovo Z50. It's not bad for gaming, to be quite honest, but it's by no means, like a top-of-the-range gaming laptop or anything like that. And it's alright for playing games on. I can play Euro Truck, I can play... Right, he did not have right-of-way there. Look at the road markings. I had right-of-way, he was not supposed to pull out in front of me like that. And now I'm losing control of the vehicle. Oh god. As I was saying. What was I saying? PC. Yeah, so I can run, like... I'm just going to stop talking until I get onto a nice, straight piece of road with no junctions on it. Oh god, oh god, oh god. No, 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 okay. Now I'm bumping the mic. This is not going well! Right, as I was saying, again, I can play Minecraft like I played yesterday, and believe it or not, it runs pretty well on my PC. Same with Euro Truck, same with Farming Sim that I played on Saturday. All of these games, they run reasonably well on my PC, but as soon as you try to stream them, obviously you're putting a lot more strain on the PC. The CPU's got to do all the encoding and everything. If you've got a good PC that runs games smoothly, that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be good at streaming those games as well. It's a whole other ballpark. Thankfully, the stream quality in this is not too bad. It's not as bad as I was expecting. It's certainly not as bad as the stream quality for Farming Sim. I had to play that in 540p because the game is just so graphically demanding. But all of this is just a roundabout way of me saying that I am getting a new PC. I was going to wait until the 25th of November and the 25th of this month because that's when Black Friday is. Some places start a bit earlier, but I thought I'll wait till Black Friday. I'll get a decent quality setup at a decent price. But just, you know, looking back on the streams that I've done so far, I was just thinking to myself, I can't keep streaming at this quality for the next 3 weeks. I'm going to have to get a PC straight away. So I did some digging around, I looked online, and I managed to find a pretty decent deal on a refurbished pre-built PC. I'm not going to tell you how much it costs, obviously, but it's got 32 gig of RAM, it's got an Intel i5 processor, GTX 1050 Ti, so 4 GB graphics card. This laptop has no graphics card at all, so, you know, just having a graphics card alone is going to boost the performance infinitely. It's also got 2 TB storage. This laptop only has 1 TB, so I'll be able to install a lot more games. I play a lot of games, and because the laptop, because some games these days are quite big, right? Like, if I want to play Black Ops 3, that game is like 200 gigabytes, right? That's a fifth of my storage space. I have other games on here that I also want to play, so every time I want to play Black Ops, I have to like delete half of my games, download Black Ops, and then when I want to play one of those other games again, oh, looks like I'll have to delete Black Ops because it's taking up a fifth of my storage space. So yeah, doubling my storage space, good idea. Looking forward to that. I'll be able to have all my games installed at once, and that'll be great. The PC has been bought. It is coming to me. Well, the delivery is supposed to be 1 to 2 days, but I assume that they have to process it first and they have to actually put it together. I know I literally just said it was a pre-built PC, but the base configuration that I ordered only had 1 TB storage and 16 gig RAM, so I did sort of customize it a bit. And obviously it does take time for them to get those new pieces put in and to update and, you know, bench test and make sure everything's running and working as it should be. So I assume that the 1 to 2 days delivery is after they've put it together, you know, and boxed it up and ready to go. So it might end up being like 3 or maybe even 4 days before it actually gets to me. As long as it's here by the end of the week, obviously it's going to have to be here before Friday, because Friday is Farm Sim Friday, and I think Farm Sim is the most demanding game in my current roster. At the minute I'm playing... Well, shouldn't be checking my phone while driving. My current roster is Farming Sim, Farming Sim, Portal 2, which is fairly old at this point, so that's not too graphically demanding. Subnautica, Euro Truck, which evidently is not as demanding as I assumed it was. That's my... Oh, and Minecraft, obviously. That's my roster of games at the minute, not counting one-shots and Retro Sunday and stuff like that, where I'll be doing one-offs. That's my current roster that I'm going to be playing for the foreseeable future. And out of those games, I think the most demanding is probably Minecraft, followed by Farming Sim, which is why I'm hoping that the PC's here before Friday, so that I can get it set up, get Farming Sim installed on it, and we can play Farming Sim the way it's supposed to be played in glorious, hopefully glorious 1080p. I'm hoping that it will actually be powerful enough that I can stream in 1080p. I've got the internet for it, I just don't have the hardware for it at the minute. That's the problem, really. This is not an internet issue, it's a hardware issue. So yeah, again, all of this is just a very roundabout way of saying I am updating my rig. It's going to be here soon. Hopefully it's going to be here before Friday, maybe even before Thursday, so that I can get some, we can do some Nautica on it. It's probably not going to be here tomorrow, but tomorrow I'm playing Slenderman's Shadow. And if you're not familiar with Slenderman's Shadow, where have you been? It's a game that did the rounds in like 2013, I want to say. I'm coughing again. It's a very old game and very not topical at this point, so you might be wondering why I'm playing it when it's not at all relevant in 2022. I'm playing it because I love that game. It was a huge part of my childhood. In my teen years, I was obsessed with Slender, and I played Slender the 8 pages, the original game. It scared the hell out of me, to the point that my parents wouldn't let me play it anymore. They were like, "You're not playing this. You can't play this game if it's going to stop you from sleeping properly at night," which it did. You know, looking back as an adult, it's not a very scary game. It's purely jump scares. Like, there's nothing scary about a man with no face. If I saw a man with no face in real life, yeah, I'd probably be scared. But you know, the only real scare of Slender is jump scares. But even so, it's a hugely nostalgic game for me. It was a big part of my childhood, and so for One Shot Wednesday tomorrow, that is what I'm going to be playing. I'm going to try and play through all 8, or is there 9 maps? I think there might be 9 maps, including the Christmas special. Although I might skip that one. I'm going to play through every single Slenderman's Shadow map. We're going to try and... I'm not going to... Well, actually, no. I'm not going to try and get... I'm not going to try and complete every map, because we'd be there all night. But I am going to, at the very least, try every map. That's the plan for tomorrow. As I say, it's a very old game at this point. Not very graphically demanding in the slightest. So if the PC is not here tomorrow, no problem. If the PC is not here by Thursday, when I play some Nautica, that might be slightly more of a problem. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it. And 44 euros. Wow. That's some hefty money just to go through a toll booth. Right, I'll try not to hit this guy with the steamroller. Although I am supposed to be in his lane, so I have to let him go ahead. There we go. Whoa, 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 whoa! There was a car there. Okay. Horn's quite loud in this. The horn in Farming Sim is very quiet. I'm going to stop comparing this to Farming Sim, I'm sorry. But the horn in that is very... Most vehicles have very quiet horns in Farming Sim. In this, you can really hear that. That is a loud horn. I think you can get air horns as well for the top of the truck, which are controlled with a different button, but still pretty cool. Okay, we are 25 minutes away from Paris. Not bad. It's 5 to 7 already. I've been streaming for an entire hour. That's gone by a lot quicker than I was expecting. I think that's the thing about Euro Truck, about simulators in general, but particularly Euro Truck, because... Nearly ran a red light there. Because of the nature of the game, because of the way, you know, you're just doing long drives. There's not many distractions around you. It's just a nice, peaceful drive. It's a very relaxing game, and it's the sort of game where you can very quickly lose track of time. Because it feels like I've been playing for half an hour. It doesn't feel like I've been playing for a whole hour, which I actually have. You know, I might even... I don't know. I was going to say I might even consider continuing the stream past 8 o'clock and, you know, playing for an extra hour, but at the same time, I don't want to be on stream all day. I've got other stuff to do. I want to, you know, get off and get my tea. I'm in the wrong lane. Am I going to be able to get across here? I am now. Safe driving, folks. Oh, that was close. Yeah. Wait, how am I doing for fuel? Not bad. Oh yeah, it's not my truck, I keep forgetting. So every time I do another job, I've automatically got a full fuel tank. That's handy. Yeah. Stop notifications on my phone. I was saying something. I've forgotten what it was. I've discovered Paris! Great! Oh my god, I'm going way too fast here. Whoa, this is my turn. Okay. Lisette Logistics. Bit more. There we go. 16. Same again, let's play it safe. Yeah, I might not even take a break this time. On my last couple of streams I've taken a break about halfway through, but I've really got no need to today. I'm enjoying this. I'm keen to just keep on playing. I was saying a minute ago that I was tempted to carry on playing for and make this a 3-hour stream. But yeah, I do have other stuff to do. I want to get my tea, snuggle up and enjoy the rest of my evening. I do foresee myself doing 3-hour streams in future though. I'm not saying that I will never do a stream that's more than 2 hours, because I would quite like to do longer streams, but you know, as I'm just setting out, I don't have a huge viewership. There's really no need for me to stream for 3 hours, you know. I mean, let's be honest, not to put a damper on the mood or anything, but no one's watching the stream right now, right? And I would rather stream for 2 hours with no one watching than 3 hours with no one watching. Not to ruin the mood. The point I'm trying to make is, when I've got a bit of a following, which hopefully I'll get eventually, when I've got a few more viewers and I've got people who actually want to sit and watch me for 3 hours, then I might do 3-hour streams, but for now, it's going to stay at 2 hours. Anyway, what's next on the list? Paris to Palwell, is that? I don't know. Reims. Not back to Dover. Lille? Oh, I see Lille. Oh. Looks like I've just accepted that job to Reims by mistake. I wanted to take the job to Lille, but it's too late now. I've accidentally accepted this job, so it looks like we're going to Reims. Right. Goat cheese we're delivering, very nice. I don't think goat cheese is explosive, so ADR not really paying off just yet, but I'm sure it will eventually. We are in we're in a Scania. I love Scania. Scania, one of my favourite truck brands. I'm also quite partial, also quite a fan of Volvo. How have I gone the wrong way instantly? Okay, stay calm. Stay calm. Scania, probably my favourite truck brand. On my other save that we'll be playing next week, my main truck is a Scania. I've got one of each truck brand in the game, but the one that I use the most is my Scania. I love Scania, brilliant brand of trucks. I was also saying I like Volvo as well. Volvo's great. Volvo was actually the truck that I started off with when I first played Euro Truck. The first truck that I bought in game was a Volvo FH. Fantastic little truck. Unfortunately not the most powerful, so when you get onto like bigger deliveries, you know, heavier trailers and double articulated trailers and stuff like that, it's not the best option, and that's when I upgraded to an 8-wheel Scania, not an 8-wheeler, 16-wheel Scania. Wait. No, it is 8 wheels, I'm an idiot. This is 4 wheels. What? Look, 1, 2, 3, 4. This has 4 wheels. When you get further on in the game, you will want to upgrade to a 8-wheeler. For the simple fact that 8-wheelers are more powerful, they can... Okay, I'm safe. They can pull more stuff, they can pull heavier loads, and, you know, when you're doing special deliveries and stuff, there's some really heavy stuff that can be delivered. I've also got the heavy equipment DLC, which adds in, like, massive, like, wind turbine blades and giant bulldozers and really heavy tractors and entire locomotives. There's some really, really heavy equipment that you can transport, and for that kind of stuff, you know, a 4-wheeler is not going to cut it. You need a big, beefy 8-wheeler. Yeah, so... Dead air, sorry. Sometimes I just, I go off into my own little world. Yeah, as I was saying earlier, I've mapped the indicators to the triggers on the back of the steering wheel, rather than having them on the side panel. They are on the side panel as well. And I've got my hazards in the middle there. What am I doing? Oh, I can't turn the hazards off. Wait. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I've mapped them onto the triggers, which means I can indicate while turning, which, I mean, I can't really demonstrate right now because there's no need for me to indicate, but I'll show you. Like, you'll see when I next get to, like, a sharp corner, or, like, it's especially useful on roundabouts because you have to indicate whilst mid-turn. But yeah, it's a lot easier having the indicator right there on the wheel, so I can just turn and indicate at the same time. It's very good. Okay, we got 1 hour and 51 minutes left on this job. 83 miles. Not bad at all. Okay, I might actually have to take a break after all because I'm getting a little bit uncomfortable. I might want to just stand up for a couple of minutes and stretch. So forgive me if I do that. I'll finish this job first. Well, I don't know. We'll see. I think I might be able to manage for another... Whoa. Oh, no, wait, that is the way we're going. Whoa! Bit of a jolt there. I really need to stop using my phone while driving. They warn you about this kind of stuff. Don't do it. Don't use your phone while driving. Don't speed. Don't run red lights. Don't forget to put your lights on at night time, and most importantly, don't ram into other vehicles. In Euro Truck, do what the hell you like, but don't do any of that stuff in real life. You will get in trouble. Not that I know from experience, because I don't drive, as you can probably tell. See, it's relaxing. Again, I don't like to have dead air. I don't like to sit in silence, because if you tune into a stream and you see me just sitting here in complete silence, you're gonna tune out pretty quickly. But I do also like sometimes to just shut up and stop talking for a minute so you can like appreciate how relaxing this game can be. Oh, we can't go. Oh my god! Oh, no, no! Okay. Okay. Stay calm, people. Stay calm. I've hit the mic again. Right. Forward. Easy does it. Okay, as I was saying, I don't like to leave dead air if I can avoid it, but at the same time, this game is just so soothing and relaxing to play. I'm going to get up to speed again, and then just for a few moments I'm going to stop talking and let you really appreciate it, because this game, man, like you could fall asleep playing this game. You could literally fall asleep playing this game. Not because it's boring. That makes it sound like the game's boring, but because it's relaxing. Especially like the engine sound, like the engines gently thrumming in the background. I'll show you what I mean. I'll just stop talking just for a few seconds and you can hear what I mean. You hear that? Relaxing, yeah? Soothing. Exactly what you need. This is my kind of video game. I don't want to be running around like a headless chicken, gunning down zombies. I mean, I do enjoy doing that as well. Don't get me wrong. But there's nothing wrong with a game where you can just sit back and relax, you know? There's nothing wrong with a game where you can just get behind the wheel of a truck and drive along and just drift away. Soothing. Anyway. So yeah, we got 43 minutes left on this delivery now. I believe we are... Stop looking at your phone! I believe we're coming up on... Where was it? Reims? It'll tell us anyway, because when we get there it'll say Reims discovered. Okay, whoa dear. I think we're going to need to put our headlights on in a minute as well, because it's starting to get quite dark now. Whoops. 32 euros. That was cheaper than the last one. I paid 40 at the last toll. Well, the last toll that I remember paying. Probably paid a few more in between since then. I'm not really paying attention to the toll booths. Okay. So I do believe we are in Reims. It will pop up to say that we're in Reims, or wherever we are. Pretty sure it's Reims. It'll pop up and you know, say that I've discovered Reims, because I've not been here before in this save game yet. So we'll find out where we are very shortly. I did want to go to Lille. I wanted to pick the job that said Lille because I want to keep heading south and get down to you know, Spain, Portugal, Italy, and then eventually make my way eastward for Craiova, Bulgaria, because I absolutely love that part of the game. These places, they're not bad, right? I'm not, you know, no part of the game's bad, but these areas, France, Germany, the UK, these have been in the game since its very beginning. When Euro Truck first came out, these were the countries that were included, and you can really tell a difference in like the quality, in like the level of detail of the cities and the roads and everything. Like, you drive from Lille to Paris and it's virtually indistinguishable from driving from Calais to Reims, for example. Whereas on the newer maps, like each new DLC, the maps get more and more detailed, and my personal favourite is Road to the Black Sea, which adds in Bulgaria, Romania, Turkey, Hungary? I want to say Hungary, I think. But yeah, though that part of the map, especially Romania and Bulgaria, is just so beautiful. I genuinely, it's so picturesque. It feels like a completely different game driving through those countries compared to driving around France and the UK. And to give credit to the developers, they do update the existing areas as well every now and then. Like, they recently overhauled a few of the base game cities. I've missed a turn somewhere. Never mind, we'll go all the way around. Yeah, they in the Iberia update, which added in Spain and Portugal last year, they also updated some existing European cities, and they normally, make a few tweaks to the base game map every now and then. But yeah, the level of detail is it's just vastly different driving around France compared to driving around Romania. And that's why on my other save game, that we're going to be playing next week, my base is in Craiova in Romania. I just love that part of the map. I can't wait to get over there. We're not going to get over there today because it's a very long way away and we'd have to do several jobs because we can currently only do the shortest distance jobs and I don't have time. By the time we actually got over to that part of the map, it would be quite late, and we've only got 50 minutes left of the stream, so unfortunately we're not going to get to see the most picturesque parts of the map today. We will next week though. In hindsight, I probably should have started somewhere other than Southampton. If I wanted picturesque, Southampton, England was probably not the best choice. Anyway, next week for sure, I'll show you Craiova and I'll show you Romania and Bulgaria and those other very, very beautiful parts of the map. And I'll also get a chance to show off some of the mods I've got as well. Like I say, I've got quite a lot of map mods. I've got all the main ones, pro mods, which adds in like Iceland, Ireland, the northern parts of the Scandinavian countries. It adds in all the Balkans, which are actually coming in the next official DLC as well, which is really good news. Countries like I've forgotten literally all of the Balkans. Croatia, Serbia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, those countries. Those are the ones that are coming in the next official DLC. But if you play with pro mods, they're already in the game, and they are pretty decent. I've also got pro mods Middle East, which adds in, Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, those kind of countries. Great Step adds in Kazakhstan, and is it a Great Step that adds in bits of Ukraine? There is one that adds in Ukraine. North Africa adds in Egypt and Liberia, I want to say. Is Liberia in northern Egypt? I don't want to sound really ignorant. I'm not the greatest at geography. But yeah, that's those are the main ones. The point I'm trying to make is I've got quite a lot of map mods, and basically the map, when I play next week, the map will be sort of double the size that you can get even playing with the DLCs, which I have got, incidentally, because I'm pretty sure you need. Oh, let me just do ADR again. We'll do class 2, so we can now transport. No, actually, maybe we'll do long distance. Oh, wait, there we go. Maybe I'll do long distance and we'll sort of do these evenly, so I can take a slightly longer job. We'll do probably do one more job, and it'll be quite a bit longer than the ones we've done so far. Where are we? We're in Reims. Oh, a high-tech device from Reims to Strasbourg. It's worth 10 grand. I might give it a go. Let's transport a high-tech device. While that's loading, I do have all the DLCs. I believe for pro mods you need most of the DLCs anyway, because it adds on to parts of the map that are only accessible with the DLCs. But I've got all the map expansion DLCs. I don't have all the paint job packs, obviously, because there's loads of those. But I didn't realise that the high-tech device was a giant wooden wheel. I mean, I'm sure that's not the actual device. The device is packaged inside the wheel, but I didn't realise this was one of these jobs. These jobs are really tedious because you have an escort car that you have to stay behind the entire time. If I'd known it was one of those, I wouldn't have taken it. I regret taking this job already. Guess we gotta live with it. Okay, yep, so we gotta stay behind the escort car, we gotta stay in front of the other escort car. There's a lot of rules and regulations, but we've got a very wide load, as you can see. Here goes nothing. Oh, and we're in reverse. Oh my god, stop. There we go. Now we're in drive. Right. I'll take this opportunity before we're out onto the open road to check the stream again. Good, good. Okay. We're in a left-hand drive vehicle again. I like the padding on the top of the console there. That's quite nice. Yeah. So. Anyway, what I was saying, I say that a lot. I say, oh, well, what I was just saying. But it's because I lose my train of thought so much and I have to get back on track every 5 minutes. What I was saying is I've got all the DLC, and on my other save game I've got a lot of mods as well. So there's going to be no shortage of variety, basically. Euro Truck is going to be, hopefully, a long-running series on the channel. I'm gonna, I've got an entire day dedicated to Euro Truck. Later down the line I might, rename it like Trucking Tuesday, and then I can play like SnowRunner and maybe even American Truck Simulator and stuff like that as well. But for now, Tuesdays are going to be Euro Truck Tuesdays for the foreseeable future. I want to play this game a lot because it's one of my favourite games. While I'm just starting out as a streamer, it's not the best game to play because you do have to fill a lot of dead air. It's the perfect game to play once you've got a big following going, because it's the sort of game where... Oh, hold on. Oh, I should probably put my lights on as well. It's the sort of game where you only have one thing to do. You just drive, you're not, there's nothing else around you to distract you. So it gives you a lot of time to be able to check chat and respond to people and, engage with your audience and stuff like that. I genuinely think Euro Truck is a perfect game for streaming. But you have to already have a bit of a following for that to apply. Like I say, when you're just starting out, there's no one in chat, there's no one for me to talk to, there's no one for me to engage with, really. So I end up just having to talk constantly to fill the dead air. But once I have got a bit of a following, I honestly believe that Euro Truck is a brilliant game to stream because it's easy, I can sit back, relax, drive, and chat, and that's what Twitch is all about, really. It's, yes, you come here to watch people play games and do other stuff, but you also come here to chat. That's a very big part of Twitch, right? Chatting. So, well, I'm losing my train of thought again already. The point is, right now playing Euro Truck is, it's me struggling to fill dead air for 2 hours. But once I've got a following, Euro Truck will be the perfect game to play on stream. I really do believe that. So expect a lot more Euro Truck in the future. I've got a lot of mods, I've got a lot of DLCs. There'll be plenty of variety. It's not going to be like today's stream where every single road looks exactly the same. I'm going to be way out in the newer areas of the map and the modded areas, where every single delivery is a completely different experience. Every single drive gives you completely unique scenery. You know, we'll go up to Iceland and you can see the coast and the mountains. It's going to be great. I'm really looking. Load checkpoint. It's only just auto-saved anyway, so we're not going to be set that far back. But yeah, it's going to be great. I'm really honestly looking forward to playing Euro Truck in future. I can't... I didn't even press load checkpoint. I kind of feel somewhat similar about Farming Sim. Farming Sim is a little bit more intensive. There's a lot, you know, you have to focus on a lot of things at once. Farming Sim, believe it or not, can be quite stress-inducing at times, especially if you play with seasons on. But it is, you know, in a similar vein to Euro Truck, it's a very relaxing game to play. And it is, you know, it's not a very fast-paced game, so you get a lot of time to sit back and engage with your audience, which again is something that I'm really keen to do once I've started to build up a following. Why are you doing this? There we go. And also, I'd like to make streams a bit more interactive in the future. You know, especially on games like Farming Sim and Euro Truck, both offer multiplayer. It would be nice to like do multiplayer with randoms, and you know, do multiplayer with viewers and stuff like that. That's all stuff that I can think about doing in the future. But I need to build up a bit of a following first for that to apply. And I appreciate, you know, building up a following is not something that can be done overnight. It takes a while. But I'm hoping we'll get there. I'm hoping we'll start to see some viewers trickle in soon. I do think that upgrading to a better PC and, you know, being able to stream in 1080p, stream at a higher graphical fidelity, I think that will help to draw a lot more people in. And so hopefully this time next week I'll actually have some viewers and some commenters. If you are here now, if anyone is here viewing the stream, please leave a comment to let me know you're here. I've had one comment so far, and I'm very happy about that because it is actually my first ever Twitch comment. 4 live streams in, and I get my first ever comment. But you know, I feel good about that. I feel really genuinely happy that someone was interested enough to leave a comment. That means a lot to me. It really does, and I'm grateful to know that there are people out there who are actually interested in watching what I'm doing. So thank you so much, Stronghoose. I don't know if you're still watching, but if you are out there, thank you so much for leaving my first ever comment on Twitch on one of my streams. That genuinely means so much to me. I won't forget that. Thank you so much. And it was, you know, I know it was an innocuous comment, it was a very little thing, but that has really made my day to know that someone was here, that someone was actually watching and someone left a comment. That warms my heart. I don't actually think we're going to get this job finished before 8 o'clock because we are driving very slowly. That's the thing about these big jobs as well. The jobs with the escort, you have to follow behind the escort, and the escort always follows the speed limit. So there is no way that you can do this job in any reasonable amount of time. I have to stay at like 35 miles an hour for the entire journey because that's what speed the escort goes, and you're not allowed to overtake the escort. Yeah, it sucks. Oh my god! Stop, 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 stop. I clipped. There was a sign I don't know if you saw that, it's quite dark. There was a sign, a road sign on the right hand side, and it clipped the wheel, and my truck has now got, my trailer's now got 7% damage, so I'm going to get quite a significant penalty for that. Great! I don't enjoy these kinds of deliveries. I enjoy the ones where I can just drive on my own and I can drive at 90 miles an hour and I don't have to worry about the load being so wide that it's going to interfere with road signs. But it is what it is. I've taken the job now, I can't cancel it. I could cancel it, but I'd have to pay 15 grand. And I've only got 11 grand, so that would bankrupt me immediately. Oh, it's raining, but I have a windscreen wiper button on my side panel. Yes, it totally wasn't a waste of money. Yeah, I'm looking forward to next week because, you know, I'll be back in my comfort zone. I'll be on my own save game. I'll have my own trucks. I'll be able to go wherever I want. I'll be able to do free roam and all that kind of stuff. I'll have all my garages unlocked and all the money that I've got, I think like 4 mil, or maybe I've got 2 mil, I can't remember, it's been a while since I last played it, but yeah, I'll be very much back in my comfort zone next week when I can play the save game that I was already on, that I've already been playing on for quite a while. Since I first got the game, I've been playing on the same save game since I got Euro Truck, and that was a fair few years ago now. So, yeah, definitely looking forward to that. Anyway, the rain's getting even more intense. There we go. It's not quite so relaxing now. It's still kind of relaxing, but I can't get over how stressed I am because I can only do 40 miles an hour because the escort in front of me is driving so slowly. Oh my god, see, I'm already going to hit him. I've hit something else because my trailer damage has gone up again. Okay, stay calm, we'll get this done. We're 3 hours and 50 minutes away, and when you're on a delivery like this, it actually feels like 3 hours and 50 minutes. If I could do 90 miles an hour, we'd be there in like 10 minutes real time. But because I've got to follow this guy and I've got to stay at the speed limit, it's going to take us so long. I really regret taking on this job. Let's talk about something else. Streamlabs. I use OBS Studio, as you may be aware. For the streams that I've done so far, I've been using OBS Studio. I intend to move to Streamlabs, which, you know, is built on OBS, which is, you know, it's sort of the same framework, but it's got a lot more features, a lot more functionality. You can do a lot more with it, especially in terms of streaming. You know, it's very easy for me to set up different scenes and have chat displayed on screen and pop up in, you know, load checkpoint. It's very easy. Load checkpoint. Sorry if I've just deafened anyone. Yeah, Streamlabs. It's like OBS, but better. It builds on OBS. You can do a lot more with it, especially as a streamer. You can integrate chat into the video. I can display subscribers and stuff like that in-game as an overlay in-game, so I can see it without having to have OBS running in the background. At the minute, I have to have my game not full screened. I have to have the game windowed so that I can see OBS around it. But with Streamlabs, you know, I can integrate everything into an in-game overlay, so I can actually play the game full screen and still be able to see what's going on in Streamlabs. The only downside to Streamlabs is it is more intensive on the CPU than OBS Studio, which is why I haven't been using it so far. Again, because I'm getting a new rig and it's a lot more powerful, I'm going to have a much better PC than my current laptop. I will be able to actually use Streamlabs. So in the future, I will be moving over to Streamlabs. Everything will look a little bit more nicely polished. You'll actually be able to see your comments pop up in the in-game overlay and pop up on screen during the stream, which is great. And all kinds of other good stuff like that. I just think once the gaming PC's here, once it's all set up and running, things are gonna really take off, because I'm gonna be able to stream in 1080p. I'm gonna be able to make everything look a lot nicer and more polished. I'm gonna be able to play more graphically demanding games. There are other games that I want to play that I'm not even going to attempt to play until I've got a better PC, because they just won't run at all. But yeah, just think of the possibilities. I'll be able to play Minecraft, and I won't have to use that god-awful 1x1 texture pack again. Next week, we play Minecraft the way nature intended, with 16x16 graphics. 16x16 textures, render distance of greater than 2. I'm really looking forward to the possibilities that a new PC is going to bring. And not just in terms of streaming as well, but even in my free time, you know, I can actually play games and get decent frame rate and decent graphics out of them, which is very exciting for me. I've never really had a high-end or even a mid-range PC before. I've always played on fairly low-end stuff, so yeah, I'm very excited to get my gaming PC. Anyway, we are 3 hours and 4 minutes left on the job now. It feels like it's just taking so long, man. You see what I mean though about the speed limit? Like, it just feels like things are going so much slower because I'm following the speed limit, whereas if I was doing 90, which I could easily do if I wasn't behind this escort, you know, if I was doing 90, this job would fly by, you know? This is what turns Euro Truck from a relaxing game to a boring game, right? Because like I said earlier, there is a distinction, you know, a game can be relaxing and a game can be boring. I think Euro Truck is relaxing. When I'm driving along, I'm coasting along at 90, you know, enjoying the view, that's relaxing. This is boring. This is not relaxing. And I realise I'm saying that whilst I'm on a live stream, I'm telling the viewers this is boring. But you know, the sad fact of the matter is, it is. This is not as this is not relaxing. This is not as exciting as a regular delivery. I do not enjoy this kind of delivery. There's nothing to do except drive very slowly and try to keep talking so we're not sat in silence. So I really do apologise for that. I'm tempted to call off the job, but we're like halfway through now. It seems like we're too far in to go back. And also, I can't afford to abandon the job. It costs 15 grand just to abandon the job, right? And I've only got 11 grand in the bank, so I literally can't turn back. Sorry. There we go. I'll use the ball. I haven't really had much chance to use the... Oh, there's my mic again. I haven't really had much chance to use the ball in this playthrough, in this stream. In Farming Sim, you get a lot more chance to use the ball because you do a lot more tight turning, you know, reversing round corners and all that kind of stuff, manoeuvring equipment about. In this, most of the turning you do is fairly gentle, you know, nothing too intensive. You don't really need to use the side panel all that much, so there's not as much need for the ball. But in Farming Sim, like I say, you're using the side panel a lot, you're doing much tighter manoeuvres, it's a lot... there's a lot more need for you to use the ball for steering. I don't know if there's a technical name for this, I just call it a ball. Is there a technical term for the ball that goes on a steering wheel so that you can get better grip? I don't know. I keep hitting the mic though, this is not... Ooh, I don't like touching it because I'm aware that it's very loud when you start touching the mic. I'm going to try and adjust it a tiny bit whilst also driving. There we go. Okay, it's no longer in the way of the steering wheel. I do have to sit up straighter now because the mic's slightly higher. Okay, we are 2 hours and 8 minutes to go. I think we will get this job finished before before the stream ends, and so hopefully we'll have time for another job afterwards. Come on, move, please! Just drive a bit faster. Oh, dear. Anyway. I say anyway a lot as well, that's a word that's very common in my lexicon. Anyway, I've said it again. Anyway. What else can I say? What alternatives are there? What are synonyms for anyway? Nevertheless, we've got 1 hour and 52 minutes left of this job, which means... Oh my god. At this rate, I'm not even going to get paid for this job at all. We now got... Well, tell the rear escort to back up then, I need... For those, if you can't see what's happening, change gears! If you didn't see what happened there, I wrapped the truck around a sign again. I tried to reverse, and the rear escort vehicle behind me was too close, and I backed into it. So now I've got to load checkpoint again. This is going so badly. So badly. Oh. It feels like every time I'm about to make a point, every time I'm about to start talking about something, something happens in game and I have to really redivert my attention. So I forget what I was talking about and then I end up going off on a tangent. Okay, we're back up. Make sure we're in forward gear. Make sure the engine's on, that's probably a good start as well. No, stop! The escort vehicle is directly behind me. The escort vehicle has stopped like a foot away from me, which means I cannot reverse at all without hitting the escort vehicle. This is terrible. There is no way out of this. I think I might have to cancel the job. I'm so far into it as well, I'm really annoyed. Look! Look! Oh my god, look at this idiot! I don't know if you can see this because it's really dark, but you can see the flashing lights on the escort vehicle there. What is this? What an actual clown! Look at... Oh my god! Right. Is there any way out of this? There is, okay. Don't, you can get out of the way. Oh my god, no I'm not even reversing! I've just figured out what's happening, ladies and gentlemen. It's not that I'm in the wrong gear, it's that I'm on a hill, and whenever I let go of the brake, the truck starts rolling back. That's why I've reversed into the escort vehicle before. That's why I've just nearly reversed into the escort vehicle again. Okay. We're back on track. There's 1 hour 51 minutes left of the job. That was... I'm at a loss for words. that's going in the highlights, I think. I think you can expect to see that on YouTube. Just so ridiculously inept. Not me, obviously, I'm a fantastic driver. I'm talking about the escort, the rear escort vehicle. Just, why was he that close to me? That's not safe. If I get too close to the front escort vehicle, I get a warning. But when the rear escort vehicle gets too close to me, that's also my fault, apparently. I don't understand. Come on, drive faster, please. Please! That was a force of habit. I was going to overtake him then, but I've remembered that I'm not allowed to. I have to stay behind him. Right. It's all good. We're staying calm. We're nearly there. We're not nearly there. We've got an hour and 30 minutes before we're there. I don't normally get road rage. I'm normally fairly calm when I play this game. But this is annoying me. I'm on 21% damage. So I'm going to get like a 30% penalty on this delivery. I'm going to get paid like 3 grand in the end, and it's a 10 grand job. The rear escort vehicle is a complete joke, and whoever's driving it needs to be sacked. They clearly cannot drive. I thought I was bad at driving, but after what the rear escort vehicle's just done to me... No, that's not on. That is not on. Okay, we're 1 hour, 20 minutes. This has been probably one of the most painful jobs I've ever done in Euro Truck. I mean that with all sincerity. I don't think I've ever had a job go this badly. Well, actually, that's probably a lie. I have completely rolled the truck a couple of times and gotten 100% damage, so... But that was more concentrated, you know, that was a single incident, like, oh, you've rolled over, the truck's upside down, you got 100% damage. This is a continuous onslaught of harassment from the rear escort vehicle. Every single time I try to reverse even slightly, nope, you've collided with the rear escort vehicle. I'm not happy about this. Oh dear. I can't even see the... I've got a proper... I might have put the mic too high now because I have to sit up very straight to see over it and see the screen. Okie dokie. Oh, okay. No. Stop looking at your phone. Oh dear. Also, I'll be able to implement a push to mute button once I'm in Streamlabs. You can do it in OBS, but I tried to set it up and it didn't work. I don't know why. But I didn't have the patience to figure it out. Once I'm set up with Streamlabs, I will be able to have a working push to mute button, so every time I start violently coughing my lungs up, I could just hold down a button and you won't have to hear it, which is great, because no one wants to hear that. Right. Progress. We are now in a built-up area. We've moved away from the rural roads and we're now in what looks to be a city. There's 50 minutes left on the clock, so I assume that means we are nearly there. Patience. I don't think we're going to have time for another job. Well, maybe. Maybe a very short one. Oh, we're nearly there. This has been stressful. I will say though, and I'll talk more about it at the end, because I'll, you know... Oh wait, I'm allowed to run red light, right. One thing, when you're on escort jobs, like this one, you are allowed to run red lights, like it's all pre-approved and... Like, because in real life, when big delivery jobs like this happen, they're like planned out weeks in advance, and, you know, all the roads are closed in advance, and police cars are stationed at every major junction and stuff like that. So yeah, under circumstances like these, when you're doing this kind of job, you are allowed to run red lights. I just want to clear that up and make that known. That's why the front escort truck went through that red light and why I followed it without getting a penalty. Something on my finger. Anyway, yeah, I'll talk more about it at the end, but I just want to say this has been a really great experience playing with the steering wheel and I suppose the side panel. I haven't really used the side panel as much as I did in Farming Sim, but yeah, playing with the steering wheel for the first time, it's a really interesting experience. It feels like such a different game. It feels like I'm actually behind the wheel of a truck, you know. It's, yes, I'm looking at it on a computer screen, but it doesn't feel like I'm playing a game. It actually feels like I'm sitting in the cab of a truck actually driving it, which is great. It's a really great experience. I really enjoy the side panel, and I want to play more games with the side panel as well. Obviously we got Farming Sim and Euro Truck. I do have SnowRunner, which is another fantastic game, and the side panel, the steering wheel and side panel are compatible with that. I mean, I suppose I could play MudRunner as well, but it's basically just the old SnowRunner. American Truck Simulator I don't have, and I've never played American Truck Simulator, but it might be fun to try again if Euro Truck Tuesday evolves into Trucking Tuesday in the future. Then maybe American Truck Simulator would be worth a try. Those are the only games I can really think of that would where this steering wheel would come in handy. I mean, obviously there's a lot of driving games out there, you know, I could play GTA, and in theory I could use the steering wheel with GTA, but this is not a car steering wheel. It's specifically designed, you know, for games where you drive trucks and tractors and stuff. You know, Logitech do another steering wheel that's more car-shaped, for playing racing games, you know, for playing games like GTA, Gran Turismo, all your racing type games and games where you drive fast cars. You know, there's a different steering wheel for that. This steering wheel isn't really appropriate for those kind of games, but I assume it is compatible. I assume, in theory, I could play Grand Theft Auto and drive with this steering wheel, which would be a very interesting experience. I kind of want to try that now that I've said it. Okay, I'm going to skip parking because I just want this job over. That was horrendous. Whew. Satisfactory. Okay, I only lost $1,000 for that job. I had to squint a little bit there to read that. So I still got $9,000. Not bad. And it has leveled me up again, which means I can now upgrade my ADR to level 2, which means I can now transport gases. And we got 10 minutes left, so, you know, what the heck. We'll see if we can find a very short job to wrap things up. Sorry. We got to end on a high note, you know, that went terribly. So I feel like, where are we? We're not in Calais, are we? I genuinely don't know where we are. We're in Southampton! Ah, no, I've just figured it out. It's because we don't have a truck, so, like, we're always in Southampton. Okay. I'm just an idiot, sorry. Forget that. Forget me. Okay, we'll do one more short job. Let's see. Let's set it to anywhere. And let's see if there's anything ADR related. There is not. Okay. Well, I guess we'll just do... Paris to Bourges? No. Calais to Felixstowe? I don't know. Southampton to Roscoff. Yeah, let's try that one. I don't think I've ever been this way before, so that might be an interesting one to try. Yeah. Coming back to what I was saying about the steering wheel, there are quite a lot of games out there that can be played with the steering wheel, and there are some that I want to try. I actually think for next week's One Shot Wednesday, I might play Bus Simulator, because I do have Bus Simulator 18. It's not the kind of game that warrants a very long playthrough, but it would be an interesting one to try, just as a one-off game. And it gives me another excuse to use the steering wheel. You know, I want to get my money's worth. I want to use this steering wheel as much as possible. So any game that I can use the steering wheel with, I will, you know, actively try to play. Obviously, my long series in Farming Sim and Euro Truck means, you know, I'll have plenty of chances to use it. But it'll also be nice to you know, play other games with the steering wheel and play one-offs and all that kind of stuff. And SnowRunner in particular is one I'm definitely looking forward to playing with the steering wheel. I've tried it. I've given it a brief try, and it was a lot of fun. So look, it's all still to come. It's all to look forward to further down the line, but not until we've gotten a little bit more established and I've got a bit better of a rig, all that kind of stuff. Because I mean, my poor laptop can't cope at the minute. You know, it's just a humble little laptop, and I'm running Euro Truck and OBS and live streaming, and I've got a steering wheel and a side panel and pedals and a webcam and a microphone and a headset plugged into it. My laptop's really being put through its paces, if we're honest. I'm really pushing it to the limits. You can't see the desk in front of me, but it's an absolute mess of wires, of just like 7 different peripherals plugged into this laptop that's also trying to stream a game in 720p. I feel bad for it, honestly. I feel really bad. But it's a tough old laptop. I've definitely put it through its paces over the years. I've played some really... Oh my god. I did not... I really underestimated the stopping distance there. Or overestimated, sorry. No. Yeah. I underestimated the stopping distance. I overestimated my truck's braking ability. That's what I meant to say. Yeah. Great. Yeah, I've really put the laptop through its paces over the years. I've played some pretty demanding games on it. As I say, I've played Black Ops 3 on it, I've played GTA 5 on it, I've played No Man's Sky on this laptop, and it ran it reasonably well, I'm not gonna lie. But it didn't do much good in the end of the day. You know, it's really put a lot of stress on it. A lot of pressure has been put on this poor PC over the years, and I'm very glad to be replacing it. Not necessarily replacing it. I'm going to keep hold of the laptop, obviously, you know, for when I go away and stuff. It's easy to take it with me, and you know, I can carry on wherever I go. But it'll be nice to have something a bit more permanent and a bit more powerful. So I'm definitely looking forward to that. Speaking of No Man's Sky, I wonder if people would be interested in watching No Man's Sky on the channel, because it is a game I absolutely love. I adore No Man's Sky. It's such a fantastic concept. It has to be one of the greatest redemption arcs of any video game. Like, oh my god, how the reputation that No Man's Sky had when it first came out was pretty abysmal. And you look at the game now, it's such a turnaround. It's got to be one of the biggest success stories of any video game ever. It genuinely is. It's such a great game to play. It's a really fun game. If you love sci-fi, as I do, you will love No Man's Sky. There's like trillions, literally trillions of planets out there that you can visit. You can go to places that no other person has ever been. It's such an amazing game, and I really would like to play that on the channel, especially because it has multiplayer. And again, I'd like to play with randoms or play with viewers. That'd be really fun to try. So No Man's Sky, it's something I'd consider. The thing is, because it's an open world game. It does have a story, but it's also an open world game. It's the kind of thing where I'm not sure where it fit into my schedule. You know, at the minute I've got Fridays. Friday, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, that's 4 days out of the week, are going to be dedicated to a specific game. Which means, you know, I could play on Thursdays. Thursday's going to be long play Thursday, and I'm going to start off by playing Subnautica. I could play it after Subnautica, but again, because it's an open world game, I don't know how long I'd be playing it for. You know, I could be playing for ages and ages and ages, and that takes away a day of the week that I could be playing something else. So, because I want to keep the channel varied as well, you know what I mean? I don't want to just be playing the same stuff over and over and over again. Hence why I've mentioned that I might change Euro Truck Tuesday into Trucking Tuesday. So instead of just playing Euro Truck, I'm also playing SnowRunner, and I'm also playing American Truck Simulator. I do want to keep things mixed up, and you know, keep things interesting by playing a wider variety of games. So, all that is to say, while I would love to play No Man's Sky, it's a case of finding somewhere to fit it in. If I can figure out a way to make it work and you know, find a time slot for that, I would absolutely love to play No Man's Sky on stream. So yeah, don't rule it out. Okay, the game just suddenly started running a lot smoother. I don't know if that translated to the stream, but my game just started running really smoothly for some reason. Anyway, it's 3 minutes to 8. Obviously the stream is supposed to finish at 8. Well, I say supposed to finish at 8. 8 o'clock is normally when I start to wrap things up and finish the stream, so we've got, we've got 8 hours on this job actually, but we are, part of that's going to be on the ferry, so I don't think this job's going to take much longer. There is a police car behind me, and because I'm speeding and because I've got my headlights off, he just keeps fining me, like, stop! Like, if you ever get stuck in front of or behind a police car in this game, you will just get fine after fine after fine constantly. Like, I get it, I'm speeding, you only have to fine me once, you don't have to keep fining me again and again and again. I'm still going to speed, it's not going to stop me, it's not making a difference, mate. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to finish this job and then I'll wrap things up. Tomorrow, well, I'll save that for the end. Am I going to get another fine? You know, I'd like to pass him and get away from him so that he doesn't keep fining me, but there's so many cars in front, like, it would be very dangerous for me to attempt to overtake him right now. So I'm not going to do that. Besides, I'm nearly at Plymouth? I want to say Plymouth, I think that's where the port is. And once we get to Plymouth, you know, we'll be going over the channel to France, and I'm pretty sure that police car is not going to follow me to France, so he'll be out of our hair soon enough. Okay. I actually hit him then, so he got his comeuppance, I actually crashed into him. See, look at that, that's just so much better than playing with a keyboard and mouse, or even playing with a controller. When you can just do these nice, big, sweeping turns. Because if you've played any sort of driving game with a controller, you'll notice that the steering's very unrealistic. Like, you have to like, as soon as you let go of the thumbstick, the steering just instantly resets. I don't know. I don't really know how to explain it, but like, driving with a steering wheel feels so much smoother and so much more natural than trying to drive with a thumbstick on a joypad, on a controller, I should say. Do people say joypad? Is joypad an old-fashioned thing, or I don't know? Controller is what I'll say from now on. Okay, it looks like we are coming up close to some sort of port. Is it Plymouth? I don't know. Guess we'll find out. Oh, we're opening back up into a dual carriageway. That's a good sign. Maybe. I don't know. Sorry about that, folks. Yeah, so it does seem like a decent time to start to wind things down. I could happily play this game for another hour, but at the same time, I've got to eat, I've got other stuff to do, so I won't subject you to another hour of this torment. Not tonight. And we are at Plymouth! I was right! I also need to get into the habit of actually using my indicators. I tend to just not use them. Which again is fine because it's only Euro Truck and you don't need to worry about stuff like that. But in real life, use your indicators, people. Or turn signals for people who use that terminology. Use them. Let people know which way you're turning. It's very important. Okay, we're now on the A... I didn't read that. We're on an A road. We're on the A30, I think that said. I can't read the signs. I've got the graphics on quite low settings, so the textures aren't good enough for me to actually be able to read the street signs. This is like... I mean, I imagine if your vision was this bad in real life, you probably would not be allowed to drive. Nearly there now. I keep saying nearly there now, but it seems like we're nowhere near there. It seems like we're a very long way away from being there. Services, 1 mile. We don't need servicing. Bliss. Relaxing. Although I just should keep my eyes on the road, actually. Okay, services half a mile. That's progress. Are we anywhere near Plymouth? I thought we'd have been on the ferry and over by now. Clearly not. This stream, we've run 4 minutes over! 4 minutes! This stream should have ended 4 minutes ago. This is a nightmare. I'm joking, of course. I don't mind running over a bit. I'm happy to run over a little bit. As long as I'm not playing for another hour, that's fine by me. Okay, services. We don't need services because, again, this is not our truck. Once you buy your own truck, obviously you have to stop at services to refuel, you have to stop at repair places, you have to sleep. But when you're just starting out and you're doing quick jobs, they're called, you never have to sleep. Well, you might have to sleep on longer jobs, but your sleep bars always reset when you start a job. The truck's automatically at full fuel and fully repaired when you start a new job. You don't really have to worry about anything like that when you're first starting out. But yeah, once you've got your own trucks, do worry about stuff like that. There's roadworks. There's always roadworks somewhere. You know, if living in the UK all my life has taught me anything, it's that there's always roadworks somewhere. I'm sure that's probably true for the rest of the world as well, but I wouldn't know. I'm not very well travelled, I must admit. I'd like to be, but unfortunately I'm... Well, let's just say it's a little bit outside my budget to be going on expensive holidays abroad. That's the way it is. But at least I can explore the world from the comfort of my own home with Euro Truck. The irony of me saying that as it just pops up on my screen, Plymouth discovered. Oh man. I could go anywhere. I could go to the most exotic places in Europe. I could go to some of the most picturesque locations in the Western world. You know, I could visit all these amazing, beautiful cities. And I'm in Plymouth. Which is, I mean, I don't know. I've never actually been to Plymouth, so I can't really speak to what kind of place it is, but it's in the UK, it can't be that great, right? Okay, remembering to indicate this time, and look at that, I've actually managed to use the ball. Will I get to use it again? I think this corner's even sharper, so... Oh my god, oh my god! I'm in the UK! Oh my god! I forgot that I was in the UK and how long have I been driving on the wrong side of the road? How do I get towed to service? Enter. I don't know how to get towed to service. There we go. And it was going so well. Oh, I can't unlock my phone. There we go. Okay, we're back in. Where are we? I don't know. I think we're still in Plymouth. Thankfully there's a repair shop right here in sunny old Plymouth. Well, as I was saying, first of all, I accidentally forgot what country I was in and started driving on the wrong side of the road. And then when I tried to correct myself and move over to the right side of the road, I tipped the truck over. So that's a brief summary of what just happened there. All in all, my first Euro Truck stream has... I want to say it's gone down fairly well, to be honest. I've not had much trouble. The big job where I was driving ridiculously slowly in the middle of the night behind the escort vehicle and in front of another escort vehicle, that was horrible. I won't be doing any of those again on stream. But everything else has been quite pleasant. I've quite enjoyed the drive. Again, it's been a great experience playing this game with the steering wheel. I'm really looking forward to playing more of this and to playing more games with the steering wheel in general because it's so much fun. It makes for a much more immersive experience. You know, it feels like I'm really here in the truck and not just sat behind a computer screen. So I'm definitely going to be doing as many games as I possibly can with the steering wheel and side panel. I might use it for Subnautica. I don't know. I don't know if the Cyclops has a steering wheel. I don't know if it'll let me use the steering wheel to pilot the Cyclops in Subnautica. Somehow I doubt it, but that'd be so cool if I could just get behind the wheel of the Cyclops and just move over to this and start using my steering wheel and side panel. That'd be tremendous. There's only one way to find out, and that is to play the game, which I'll be doing on Thursday. more on that at the end. And off we go to France. Where are we going? Roscoff. Wonderful. Okay, we're already 10 minutes over the end of the stream. No. We're over 10 minutes over the intended end of the stream. But, again, I don't mind. I don't mind going over a little bit. We're only a few minutes away from completing the job, so I'll stick with it. And we have discovered Roscoff. Oh, the delivery place is literally right outside the port. I don't know if you can see the minimap too well, but yeah, the job's basically done at this point. See, this is what I like, lots of lanes. It's hard to mount the curb when you've got 5 lanes to choose from. Okay. Ooh. Oh. Also, I need to get the hang of the sensitivity of the brake and accelerate pedals, because I keep stopping. Either I don't stop soon enough, or I undershoot and I stop way before the actual lights. It's going to take some getting used to, but you know, I'm looking forward to it. I'm very much looking forward to getting to grips with this game, with the steering wheel. Ball. Yes, I could use the ball. And here we are, it's Lisette Logistics again. This is the second time. Not the same place, but the same company that I've delivered to. Interesting. Okay, we're going to skip now, because I am actually in a hurry. Oh. Okay, there we go. Show results now. Continue. And I think that is probably going to be it for today. So, let me just switch back over to main cam. How's that? All good. Okay, so thank you all for joining me for today's stream. This has been a lot of fun. I think probably, well, no, I wouldn't say the most fun stream, because I think Portal was the most fun stream I've done so far. But this was really enjoyable. I love Euro Truck. You know, I've been playing Euro Truck for years. But playing it with the steering wheel is just a totally different experience. I've really enjoyed this. I'm looking forward to playing more. Next week, I will be playing more Euro Truck on Tuesday. And I'll be playing my existing save game, so we'll have lots of mods, lots of money, lots of new places to discover. It's going to be really great. I'm really excited for what the future holds for Euro Truck. That is going to be all for tonight's stream. Thank you for joining me if you did. Thank you again for leaving a comment. Who was it? Let me check again. Stronghoose. Thank you very much. First time, you are the first person to ever leave me a comment on Twitch, so I genuinely appreciate that so much. Thank you. Watch me get off the stream and find out that it's someone I know, just checking in on me. But genuinely, thank you so much. It just really makes me feel like people are out there watching, which is kind of the intention. So yeah, tomorrow tomorrow's One Shot Wednesday. The premise behind One Shot Wednesday is I'm going to choose a game that I can complete in a single sitting, and tomorrow that game is going to be Slender Man's Shadow. Yes, Slender Man is not relevant and has not been relevant for about a decade, but the Slender Man Shadow maps were a huge part of my childhood. It's a really nostalgic game for me, and I'd love a chance to be able to play it on the channel. So that is what we're going to be doing tomorrow. I'm going to play through all 8, or it might be 9, I can't remember. I'm going to play through every single Slenderman Shadow map. You can watch me get scared at jump scares, because I am that kind of person. Jump scares really get me. So yeah, that's going to be tomorrow. Thursday is going to be Subnautica. Hopefully by Thursday my new PC will have arrived and I'll be able to stream in 1080p. I'll be able to play the game at higher resolution. You know, hopefully things will all start to come together once we get to that point. But yeah, that's all still to come. All that remains is for me to say thank you so much for visiting. Thank you for visiting Elcilon. I am She, and I will see you in the next live stream. Bye bye.